Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nilima Kulkarni, Assistant Professor, Modern College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Ganesh Khind, Pune. Today, we are going to see fate of pyruvic acid. Glucose is used by bacteria as source of nutrient. Glucose can be degraded by bacteria using three different pathways. These include EMP or glycolytic pathway, Entner-Doudoroff pathway, and oxidative pentose phosphate pathway. These metabolic pathways produce pyruvic acid as end product. The pyruvic acid can be further metabolized by using different mechanisms by bacteria. Let us see the details. Some bacteria carry out fermentation. Fermentation involves incomplete breakdown of glucose molecule to produce organic molecules as end product. These organic molecules are used as terminal or final electron acceptor by the bacteria. Fermentation produces few ATP molecules as the end product. Different bacteria metabolize sugar to produce pyruvic acid, which is then degraded to produce various metabolic end products. Let us take some examples. Lactic acid bacteria can be homofermentative when they produce lactic acid as sole metabolic end product. Heterofermentative lactic acid bacteria produce lactic acid, ethanol and CO2 as metabolic end product. Some bacteria such as Zymomonas mobilis can produce ethanol as metabolic end product. Pyruvic acid can be degraded to mixed acid by enteric bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella. The products include ethanol, lactic acid, succinic acid, acetic acid, CO2 and hydrogen gas. Some enteric bacteria such as Enterobacter produce different products. These include hydrogen, formic acid, lactic acid, carbon dioxide, and in addition to this, they produce characteristic product called as butanediol and acetone. Some bacteria such as Propionibacteria, they carry out fermentation producing propionic acid and acetic acid along with gases such as CO2 and hydrogen as metabolic end product. Clostridium, which is not shown here, can produce important solvents such as butanol and acetone using fermentation. So, bacteria produce various metabolic end products by fermentation, and these metabolic end products are industrially important. Fermentation can take place in absence of oxygen. Sometimes it can take place in presence of oxygen as well, but it does not require oxygen. Now let us see a phenomena known as respiration. Respiration can be defined as a process involving breakdown of organic molecule used as nutrients such as glucose to produce carbon dioxide. During this oxidation, energy is released. This energy is used by bacteria to produce ATP. ATP is a high energy compound which is produced by bacteria as energy reserve of cell. Respiration can be carried out by bacteria in presence or absence of oxygen. Based on this, respiration is called as aerobic respiration, which takes place in presence of oxygen, and bacteria carrying out aerobic respiration use oxygen as final electron acceptor. Some bacteria carry out anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration is a process wherein inorganic molecules such as nitrate, sulfate, carbon dioxide, carbonate, Fe+3, etc. are used as final electron acceptor. Sometimes bacteria can even use organic molecules as final electron acceptor during anaerobic respiration. Now let us see details of aerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration involves complete breakdown of organic substances such as glucose to produce CO2 and energy. This energy is used to synthesize ATP. Oxygen is used as final electron acceptor, and the process involves synthesis of about 38 molecules of ATP, which is much higher as compared to fermentation. During anaerobic respiration, depending upon the final electron acceptor, the ATP yield is less than 38 ATP molecules. So aerobic respiration is a very beneficial process for bacteria. Aerobic respiration takes place in 3 stages. Stage 1 includes glycolysis, wherein glucose is metabolized by bacteria to produce 2 molecules of pyruvic acid and reductant. The reductant produced is NADH plus H plus. During this oxidation, energy is released, and this energy is used to synthesize ATP by a process known as substrate level phosphorylation. In stage 2, the pyruvic acid molecules which are produced in stage 1 are completely oxidized to carbon dioxide. This conversion results into release of energy and also production of reductant. The reductant produced is NADH plus H plus or FADH2. This complete process is known as Krebs cycle or TCA cycle. Stage 3 involves oxidative phosphorylation. In this process, the reductants that are produced in stage 1 and stage 2 are used, and these reductants donate their electrons to a chain of electron acceptors. So it is known as electron transport chain or ETC, and finally to the electron acceptor oxygen, which is known as terminal electron acceptor. Energy is released during this process, and this energy is used to synthesize ATP in a process known as oxidative phosphorylation. Thank you.